They keep telling you it's at arm's length. Independent, neutral, procedural, clean. That's the word they hide behind when they don't want to touch the mess. Because if no one's responsible, no one's guilty. Let's be very clear about what's happening in Australia right now. The Prime Minister stands there and says, "I don't want to be the arbiter of my colleagues' spending." As if leadership is some optional extra. As if responsibility is contagious. And they want you to believe that's integrity. But it isn't integrity, it's abdication. Or worse, it's cover. Here's the trick they pull. They create independent bodies. Remuneration tribunals, expenses authorities, oversight panels. Sounds good, right? But independence without political will doesn't protect the public. It protects the system. Because these bodies don't initiate reform. They don't feel shame. They don't feel public anger. They don't line up at Centrelink. They don't choose between heating and food. They only check whether the box was ticked. And when the box is ticked, the conscience is switched off. Let's talk about what the Prime Minister actually said. "I didn't set the rules. It's within the rules. I don't want to be the arbiter." That's not leadership language. That's liability language. That's the language of someone who benefits from the rules staying exactly as they are. Because here's the part they never say out loud. Every single one of them benefits from the same framework. Every single one of them flies under the same entitlements. Every single one of them claims under the same system. And when everyone benefits, no one reforms. That's not spinelessness anymore. That's institutional self-interest. Let's compare realities. A truck driver works away from home for weeks. No business class flights, no travel allowances for family visits, no taxpayer-funded waiting time. A nurse works 8 to 10 hours for $1,000 a week. One political expense claim wipes that out in a day. A pensioner turns the heater off and wears extra layers. A politician claims climate-controlled comfort as a right. The Army, Navy, Air Force, months away from home. No perks, no outrage coverage, no excuses. And then we're told politicians are special cases. No, they're just special beneficiaries. And here's where the rot really shows. When the public says, "This feels wrong, it's too much, change the rules," the answer isn't, "Let's review this urgently." The answer is, "I don't control that." That's not democracy. That's responsibility laundering. Power is fragmented just enough that no one can be blamed, but never fragmented enough to reduce benefits. That's not an accident. That's design. Now let's talk about corporate capture. Because if this was just cowardice, reform would eventually happen. But it doesn't. Why? Because the same mindset that protects political perks also protects corporate access. The same government that won't touch its own expenses won't touch fossil fuel subsidies, won't touch mining royalties, won't touch monopolies, won't touch price gouging, won't touch consultants billing billions for advice. Why would they? The revolving door spins too fast. Politics, consultancy, board seat, lobbying, politics. So when you hear arm's length, understand what it really means. Arm's length from you, not from power. They tell you this protects democracy. But democracy requires accountability, and accountability requires someone to say, "This is wrong," even if it's allowed. That sentence never comes, because the moment they say it, they implicate themselves. And that's the quiet truth. The refusal to act isn't neutral. It's self-preservation. So no, this isn't about one prime minister, or one party, or one expense claim. This is about a political class that has learned how to disappear behind process, hide behind independence, hide behind legality, hide behind complexity, while the public is told to tighten belts. Be patient, be realistic. They're not spineless. Spineless people collapse. This system stands upright because it's being held up by corporate money, mutual silence, and shared benefit. That's not weakness. That's capture. And here's the final insult. They want you to believe questioning this makes you unreasonable, emotional, populist. But the people aren't confused. They're doing moral math. And the numbers don't add up. When legality replaces ethics and independence replaces leadership and process replaces justice, you don't have a democracy. You have a management layer protecting itself while billing the public for the privilege. And that is the part they never want you to say out loud.